Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. I figured out what happened last week, or on Tuesday, when I was trying to go live, and couldn't figure out where everybody was. Like, what the heck, where did everybody go? Well, okay, there we go. So, I went live on my personal page. So that's what was wrong. I have gotten my new router so that I can get a better signal, but it just came this morning, and it's not like a really expensive one, but the other one I just like plugged it in and poof. This one I have to set it up, so I haven't done that yet. But here we are. Okay, so look how pretty my little pink giant diamond is. I think I told you guys this story, that my husband was cleaning out the U-Haul after Mega Meet. And in the very back under one of the chairs, he's like, what is that? And he found this thing all like filthy, dirty, and like it had been there for, I don't know, ever. But so he washed it up, and he checked with U-Haul, and it's all good. So before you ask that. So I forgot one thing. Hold on, I forgot something. Hopefully this will work. I was realizing I didn't have all my paper cut, and I still am not. I'm hoping I have the right sizes. Okay, so today we are going to use the Layer of Beauties. It's like a big bundle, okay? It comes with the stamp sets, the dies, and these 5 masks. They do have numbers on them when you get them. They're sort of like bumped up on here. But I took a permanent marker and went over the numbers because they were very hard to see. And even though they came in order, so it didn't, it wasn't so hard. When you rinse them off, they sometimes get mixed up. So I wanted to be sure. But anyway, these are in an unusual spot in the catalog. And I didn't want you to miss them. It's on page 57 right here, next to the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines, which if you're going to cut it out, you're definitely going to want that. So when I first saw this, I thought, do I really need a big swag of flour like that? I mean, we've had so many, but this one with these, oh, I am so in love. It's craziness. And great sentiments with it. So that's what we're using. And today we're just going to use the one big die for the flower swag. But if you look at this, and it's not going to line up because this picture I think is smaller than real life, but there's a die to cut this one out right here. And there's a die for this swag, I think is the one. But we're just going to use the one big one today. And a little teeny tiny tag, which I think is so cute. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside for now. And put this one right there. All right, so we're going to start with the actual stamp, which is on this giant block. This is block, what block is this? I'll find it, F. It's the biggest block we sell. If you have a Stamparatus, you may want to grab that or some other stamp positioner. I'm not going to promote the one that I just got. A lot of you guys know the story of my Stamparatus, right? Where last year's Mega Meet, I took it thinking, I don't want to sell it. So if somebody will give me $150 for my Stamparatus, then I'll sell it. Right? Because it was gone. I couldn't like keep showing it and have people ask me for it. I ended up having somebody offer me $200 for my Stamparatus. So needless to say, I took it. But I did find a replacement item. But I'm not going to promote it. If you want to DM me, I will tell you what I got. And somebody at Mega Meet actually bought it because she was looking for a Stamparatus and showed it to me. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. All right, so here's where we're going to start. I need my foam. Okay. I'm still not organized for Mega Meet, you guys. I'm doing pretty good. But when I do Mega Meet, like this, my back room is like chaos. So that's where I'm at. Okay, so this is just an insert piece, and I'm hoping it's big enough. It's 4 by 5 1/4. I would probably generally grab something a little bit bigger, but this will do. And I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo Black. I see a few of you are on watching. Say hello. Say where you're from. And if it's your first time, make sure you tell me that too. It's a Saturday in Michigan, and it is beautiful outside. So I'm hoping that most of you watch this on the replay because you've been out playing and having a good time. Okay, so now this is pretty big. So it is just barely going to fit on here. Give it a good press. It should be good. There we go. Now, just black and white, I think this is pretty. Just like that. I mean, it's just... And you could use your blends markers or whatever to color that in. I, however, am going to use the stencils. So I am going to start by taping this piece down with my awesome Post-it note stuff that I got. You can use washi tape or whatever. This Post-it note stuff is rather expensive, but I use it sparingly, so it works for me. Then I'm going to grab number 1, and this is where I always have to think about, okay, where does it go? Where does it go? I don't remember. So I have to kind of play around a little bit until I get to where I know it goes. And I usually look at these 3 holes and these 2 holes because they go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And that actually helps me center it. And then from there, I can kind of play with everything else. So once I get those where I think they're supposed to be, and there's like a little spot covering up the centers of these flowers. So I'm going to grab some more of this, tape it down. Oh, see that? This is why you tape it. Okay. So now I've done a couple in different colors, and I am going to show you those. But I wanted to do this one different than the ones I've done before. So for the leaves, I have Granny Apple Green and Old Olive. That's not so terribly unusual, right? You guys are used to that. I should have my Stampin' Up! Sign up there. But I'm using blues, Misty Moonlight, Azure Afternoon, and Balmy Blue. And these seem like really unusual colors to go together, but I think I told you guys at the Stampin' Up! Event, we were able to get a color wheel. There is one in the catalog, but this one came with the thing to spin. I've laminated mine. They are going to be coming out with one for purchase. They haven't said when, but I know this one includes all of the in colors. The one they're going to be selling will not have any of the in colors in it so that it lasts for longer, because you know the in colors go away. So that's their plan. Okay, so I have this taped down. So I'm going to open up the Balmy Blue and take my Blues blending brush, and I'm just going to start adding the Balmy Blue to these flowers and these little buds. That looked like it moved to me. It did. So this may not come out perfect, but you know how I feel about perfection, right? Y'all know, because you've been with me a while. Hi, Danielle. This is your first time watching? Oh, I know who you are now, little monkey girl. For anybody else who thinks that's a really weird thing for her to say, she bought my awesome little monkey retirement set. So it was so fun to meet you last weekend. Glad you made it to Mega Meet. Okay, so That's one. And these will just rinse off with water, you guys. You don't have to do anything fancy with them. But see, it puts a simple little blue where it needs to go. Then I'm going to close this so that I don't dry it out. Then again, like the spots here, if I had paper down, I could have made a little registration mark and lined that up perfectly. But I didn't. And so I'm going to do these. And the reason I picked these is because at this point, if you look, it's a little bit harder to match these up than it is these holes. And I don't quite understand why I am coloring over them sometimes, but hey, I do what it tells me. And then you just look at it and it looks good. Hopefully it won't move this time. Now I'm going to grab my Azure Afternoon. I'm not cleaning my brush, you guys. You may have noticed that. You can, but I'm going from lightest to darkest, so I think it's all good. So now I'm going to use the Azure Afternoon. I did not pre-make this. I went by that color chart. So we're going to see. Sometimes it's just an experiment in Carrie's world. By the way, I want to remind everybody that, and another email will be going out. Monday is the last day to pay for your class for the stamp of the month with the Country Birdhouse stamps, where you would get the 4 cards plus the stamp set for $35, or the stamp set and the dies for $50 and $10 shipping. So doesn't that look like really dark? It's like a little scary, but let's see what happens now. Let me pull this one up. Interesting, right? It is different. I know, I see it. Now here, I'm like, oh no, where are my little doohickemobobbers? They're not on here. Oh, you can see where that one moved a little bit, but that's okay. It's going to get cut out, so it's okay. So now what I'm looking at are these little circles, because they are for these, okay? And these down here are for these. So that is what I'm looking at now to try and get those lined up. Like I said, putting in that registration mark would probably make it easier, but I love my glass mat and I almost never put anything down on it. Okay, now I am going with Misty Moonlight, which is a very much, it's like a flatter blue. I don't know how else to explain it. It's not like the one I just used, the Azure Afternoon. That's a very vibrant blue. This one is more flat. I don't know how else to say it. So now I'm going to go over. I definitely want to be sure I get all of the little holes because there's a lot of them. But these brushes are so awesome for these masks because they just slide in where you want them. So there we go. So now my flowers are completely colored. All right, here we go. Look at those. Aren't they cool? I mean, look at the like strange and unusual detail. I don't know how else to explain it. To me, it's not like when you use your blending brushes and you get the colors all blended in really pretty. This is more, I don't know, it's more artsy. It is more artsy. So now I'm going to do the leaves. So obviously you line them up with the leaves. Again, your registration marks would tell you if you are in the right spot. So I'm going to do this. Change my blending brush to my greens blending brush. I know that there are demonstrators out there who have one brush for every single color. You do not need to do that because you see how green this is? Let me grab a scrap here somewhere. Here we go. But if you look, there's a little bit of green on it, but it just comes, and after a while, you don't get any. So this is probably because I used it this morning, but Yeah, it's like no big deal. And I'm going lightest to darkest. So that's all you have to do. Yes, you can wash them if you really want to. You can. All right, so I'm going to start with Granny Apple Green. Get my leaves all done. So, how many of you like doing masks and stencils and things? I think they're fun. Okay, so let me close that too. Put it away. Look already how pretty it is with just that on there. All right, here's the last one. And this is going to put in the highlights for my leaves. It's going to just take me just a second to line it up. Look, there's even little tiny dots. You guys have to see this. Little tiny dots. It's already put a little bit of green. I know you can't see it. I'll zoom in at the end. Little tiny green at the bottom of these, but now we have little tiny dots. So, yep, it just, it's like being an artist without having to work that hard, which for me is a good thing. Okay. Do I have this right? I think so. Okay, I'm concentrating. That's why I'm kind of quiet. All right, so this is, what is this? Mossy Old Olive. This is Old Olive. So now you see I didn't worry about cleaning it because this is a darker green, so we're good. And I'm just going to go ahead and add that. Make sure I get that little dot there. Old Olive is one of my favorite colors, you guys. It's just a very nice green. It's been around a long time. I think I got everything. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Ta-da! Isn't it beautiful? Oh, I just think it's so, so pretty. I really love it. And the blue actually came out okay. I like it, so that's good. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I just have to line it up so that it cuts correctly, okay? So I will set this on here and line it up. And you all know how I feel about perfection, but I do like to try to get my dies to cut as close to perfect as I can. It's still a little overrated for me, but I'm going to go ahead and use, did I just move it? I think I might have moved it, but I think it's okay. So now this is all in place, and I can go run it through my big Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which is over here. I used to pick it up and move it into the video, but it's big, so all you really see is the handle. And it's not like you guys haven't seen it before. Now, when I use my little one, yes, I'll sometimes grab that one into the video. You think I need new plates? Yes, I do. All right, so here we go. Looks like I got really close on a couple of these flowers, really close to the edges. So hopefully I didn't stamp it in the wrong spot and have problems. No, it looks okay. You guys like it? I think it's really pretty. Now, on one of mine, you're going to see I actually went in and filled in, the one that I'm actually copying, I went in and filled in this inside piece to match the background color. And, oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't have picked that color. Hold on, I'm going to cut another piece. And I'm going to use, I think, Balmy Blue. And I think I have one that's cut the right size. Let me see. Nope, I need to trim it a little bit. So I'm going to trim that down to 5 1/4 by 4. Okay. I had picked a different color, and then I forgot that I had switched the colors of my flower, so it wouldn't have looked as good. But if I wanted to, I could color in and fill in all those little holes. Whoops, what was that? Oh. All these little white holes on here. And I will show you what I mean in 2 seconds. So I have that. This is going to go on that. I need a sentiment. So I took the sentiment from the stamp set, Grateful for You, and the punch. This is one of our new punches. It is called Labeled with Love. It's in a suite and a bundle. This is one of the ones that you can buy either, there's 2 sets that have an option for getting the punch shape. One is a tab, so cute. And then there's this one. Or you can get the die. And the one for the die with this actually comes with 3 dies of this. I'm not sure why you would want 3 dies, but you might. I did see some cute cards where they put the die in like the center. So that is a good reason to have a die. But I'm a punch girl. I love my dies, but I love punches. To me, they're just quick and easy. So I am stamping the Grateful for You right there. Hey, Travis. Hello. Thanks for watching. So there we go. Now this looks a little bland to me. So I think I am going to find my blue blending brush. Here it is. And I am just going to color on the edges of this a little bit. This was just a thought. I just decided to do it. There was no logic to it. And I still don't know if I like it, but we're going to add a little green in there too. There we go. Just to add a little bit of color to it. So my card base is a thick basic white piece, which, as I have mentioned to you guys before, when you're using any of our thicker cardstocks, thick basic white or any of the dark colors, black, Night of Navy, all of those, it's something in the pulp with the darker colors that makes the cardstock pulp up, I guess. There's no other way to say it. And so it makes them a little thicker, and so it's a good idea to score those before you fold them. It keeps them from like cracking. Also, those of you who did the Make and Take at Mega Meet, I taught you guys when you're scoring, this is silly. Get in there and get out your aggravations and press those. Get your card to lay flat. So now this is going to be a simple card. It's going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to adhere this piece of Balmy Blue onto the front of the card. I'm not embossing it or anything, which I could, but I wanted to keep it simple. You know, Saturday Sip, which is the name of my Saturday videos, they were supposed to be simple, like stamps, ink, and paper. That's what the SIP stands for. And so this is kind of that, sort of, kind of, in a way. I am going to use dimensionals. If I can reach them, there they are. I am going to use some dimensionals, and I'm going to just add some dimensionals onto the back of this die cut, I don't know, swag. I keep calling it a swag because that's what it reminds me of. I don't know if that's the right term or not, but it's the one I'm using. I've also noticed that people call what we call masks, they also call them stencils. But I think when I think of stencils, I think of like home decor. So I don't know if it matters what you call them, as long as you know what you're doing with them. Okay, so now I'm just going to set this swag here, and I like that it hangs over the color. I like that. I think that's fun. And then I'm just going to pop dot the sentiment. Let me see where it's going to fall. Okay. And I will show you my a little bit fancier version of this card in different colors. And then I went a little crazy with this bundle, you guys. I just loved it. But okay, I'm going to zoom in and then I'll show you all of the cards that I did with this. So there we go. So here's the card I just made. I hope you guys like it. I think it's awesome. So I'll show you this. What is that? And a dimensional stuck in there. This was kind of a stepped up version. See how I have the embossed background. I also did it in the yellow, so it's a little bit different. Then we've got, what else? Oh, this piece. This is interesting. I actually used a die that, I don't have it sitting here, but I used it for this card, and it was too long, so I ran it through again to shorten it, and this was the piece that was left, and I thought, I got to do something with it. So I thought it was really cute to do that. So this is basically the same card. I feel like I'm zoomed in a little too much. Let me back out just a little bit. Whoop, not in, out. There we go. That's a little bit better. So now you can see it all. But anyway, so there's these two, but this is the one where I went a little bit nuts. No, I know I'm too zoomed in for that. But can you see all the layers? It's kind of hard to see, I think on video, but everything is popped up. And what I did was I did the image twice. So I actually did it 3 times. That's how this card came about. And I literally just cut out this, and let's see what else has popped up. This one is this down here, and I needed to cut it off, so I put it near the bottom. There is this piece, which is the 2, this one, and then this piece, which is this, and then these were little like leaves that I literally just like, they're just kind of cut apart. It's like this leaf and these leaves, and I just went a little crazy. And then up here is this little one right there. I just added it. And then I added 2 different kinds of gems on it because I thought it would be fun. You want that one for your birthday? Well, you are my BFF, so maybe you'll get it, Travis. So, okay, so those are my 3 cards for today. Don't forget, if you are interested in the Stamp of the Month Club, those of you who are at Mega Meet saw it with the Country Birdhouse, please reach out to me right away. You can email me at memoryinkers@gmail.com. If you're shopping for Stampin' Up, my Stampin' Up website is memoryinkers.com. This is the hostess code if you're making a purchase under $150. 4, N as in Nancy, K as in Carrie, 2, G as in George, R as in Robert, R as in Robert, 6. But remember, free shipping is Tuesday. So, take notes, figure out what you want, place your order on Tuesday. If you look at the Country Birdhouse suite and you think, I think I want that whole suite or parts of that, and you're going to place a bigger order, go ahead and do that, and then just email me and say, Carrie, I ordered the Country Birdhouse, and if you've spent over $50, I'll go ahead and send you the parts to that class and the link. Or you can come to my home in Farmington Hills, of course, and make it there. So anyway, I have one more that I did with that. I don't know if you can see, but I embossed it in gold after I colored it. So I had done it in the black, just like I did this one. But then I colored it, and then I put Versamark on it and embossed it in gold. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. So I ended up putting it on here and cutting it. And then the part I cut off which also has the gold. I put on the inside with a scrap of the Designer Series paper that is on the front. So lots of cards with this awesome set. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope you will come back again. Have a blessed and happy weekend, and I will see you back here live on Tuesday. Don't forget to hit that follow me button. Bye.